Okay, so here we're going to look at a third and fourth point of Junkertown. So we were squalling up, there's 4 of us from Skylabs in here, and I made the call as main tank who was kind of calling, no, off tank, kind of calling through this, for a front hold, because we already have a minute advantage on them. So here, the objective isn't to win the fight, it's to make the fight go as long as possible, so we can guarantee a second fight on the first point, so we can aim to stop them at first point before they get the respawn, the new respawn. So our goal here, ideally anything below 1 minute 10, 1 minute 20, means we've had a good front hold. So initially the setup, we have our tanks who take a very forward position, but maintaining the fact of breaking line of sight and making sure we cannot be seen.
4,
Whereas
3.
we've got our DPS checking the second exit, so the exit on the right, and our healers and our long range DPS looking at the back. I can't draw. The back on this side, and they slowly push up to this corner, so they've got line of sight on the enemy without being in a vulnerable position. So let's clear this. Let's watch it play through. Control Shift 1. I'm not good with these controls. So as soon as the clock comes down, we make a very aggressive push covered by our healers at the back. Luckily we get a pin, although this would have gone well anyway. And as much as we can, we try and play the off angles from line of sight around the choke doors, while maintaining Tracer or Zen, keep an eye on the left door. So we know we're going to lose this fight. We're just trying to focus any target which comes out to prolong the fight as fast for as long as we can. So, as soon as anyone dives our back line, they peel back round the corner for safety, and our tanks peel back. So from there it's just target calling and prioritising. The enemy team weren't ready for this, so they had no idea what to do. So here we win at this point. We've made a 40-second hold, so we can guarantee a second fight which will end the game. Although they just wait and spawn, because they're trying to figure out a way to come out to us, but we're keeping check on Tracer checking this sight line, our tanks covering the front, and our healers and our long range damage are still back around the corner, playing as far back as they can and still be effective for the team. Now this works pretty much till overtime, although can't guarantee it'll always work like this against more well coordinated teams. But the objective is charge your ults and lose the fight that took as long as possible over it. So just watch it play out, we're just getting the picks, always peeling back if our supports and backline are in any sort of distress or danger. And then our Ryan gets charged and we lose the fight here. So we've lost our main tank. So here we're just trying to stall our fight as long as possible and stay near payload. The Trans is a little bit of an overcommand, maybe not the high noon, but we're still getting the picks here, we still think we can win it here. So I go in, I try and get the grab, but they're getting their ults in line, and we're forcing them to use them to get out of spawn. But either way, we're up in the economy and all in time management here, because it's overtime and we've only just got a safe place to push the payload. From here, we can take our time. We've got 2 people in position already, the rest are still respawning, but they are committed to the cart here. And they can't push up and play for space without the fear of getting picked. So we go, this was Hedgehog's call, for the sneaky shatter, knowing that they're going to be stuck on payload for as long as they can. Worked really well, we have it. Go back 1 second. Before the shatter, we have the rest of the team poking main, to draw the attention, make sure they're lying forwards, because again, if someone gets hit down here, it's terrible. Lion gets a full shatter on the back, the nano and shatter is saved up from that first fight. The rest is just going on. Then he tries to go big with the blade, he gets shut down. Then he's got the armor through his bands and Mercy as well. So their ulti combo is pretty much ruined here. They managed to get a very nice hold on the first point. Now if you look at their defense, because we had a minute 20 advantage on them, they try and do the same thing, but we're going to look at this as an example of what not to do, because we kept sight lines open and our back lines safe behind this corner. They go balls to the wall, quite literally here, and they sit right next to the spawn door, which, wait for them to set up, is a terrible position, because they've got nowhere to rotate to and no one is in a position of safety.
4, 3.
Let's try and get my drawing tool back up. This is scuffed. Control. And do that one. So from here, I make the call to come out top. So that just negates anything they do on the front door. So Junklats and all their entire team are watching this front door. We also had the Widow. So Lucky coming out this flank here. So at this point, they are stuck in the position they're stuck in. They have nowhere to go, and it's just a one fight cleanup here. So let's just watch it through.
1. Attackers incoming.
So from here we come off top, we've got the jump on them, even though they've got the utility, we've blocked most of their damage, and it's just a 5 squad, they've got nowhere to rotate, and they didn't even stop us pushing the payload at this point. We could still make it to payload and get the first initial bit of distance.
Team kill.
Which yes resulted in a very quick team kill. Which then means they're scattered to push on, they have no time to set up. Whereas we've got a strong double shield pirate ship going. We're already scouting to see when they're coming, where they're coming from. And again, this is just clean up.
Victory.
So the objective of a front hold is to lose the fight. But in that time, to try and charge up as many ultimates as you can, when just delaying the payload push for as long as possible. There's a quote from Jane from a couple of weeks ago from a tier 3 tournament saying how if you can get 40 seconds on a front hold, most teams consider that a victory. So when we're implementing a strategy like that, fight knowing you're going to lose it, but save as many resources, ultimates as you can, and work on managing the clock, managing the time as much as possible to deny them from pushing the payload. Here's quick tips with one of your coaches. Woo! Awkward.